You're on.
Hi, I'm Scott Thomas with SouthByKickState.com. I'm here with Mr. Burnie Burns, the founder of Rooster Teeth Productions.
Hello.
And the creator of the extremely popular Red vs. Blue. So Mr. Burns, you struck out on internet video in kind of the early Wild West days.
Right.
How has the game changed since then?
I like the term "struck out." Well, it was a lot different back then. This was when we started doing it. Was before YouTube, and we were actually filmmakers in the traditional sense before that. And I had a buddy who was out in Los Angeles, and we would kind of make fun stuff every now and then and send it to each other. And then one time we made this is really dated. It was like 2002. We made an Apple Switch ad. You know those old switches. We made a parody of that, and we put it online, and it had one of our friends in it. And I didn't even tell my buddy in LA that I had done it yet. And the next day he walked into the guy at work that never does anything and always just watches online videos all day. He walked into that guy's office, and our friend Gus was up on the screen. He goes, "That's Gus." And we realized that, you know, we could put a video on the web, and in less time than it would take me to call him and tell him that he could find it, it was already in his office somewhere. And so it was, that was pretty unique. But now, I mean, that's very commonplace, where you can go to Ustream, or you can go to YouTube, or Vimeo, and you can just throw up a video, and everyone has instant access to it. So, but when we first started, that was a crazy concept,
Mm-hmm. So, you talked about how you guys started before YouTube. Now that YouTube is up and there's so much video uploaded out there, do you view that as more competition? How do you view your space in the post-YouTube world?
Well, there's more, I'd say, more noise than competition, just because there's a lot of stuff to filter through to get to people who are doing what we do. There's not a lot of people who actually do series or do narrative content. There's a lot of people who look into a camera and just talk or do vlogging, which is not really, I wouldn't consider that competition necessarily. But we're looking for people who want to watch something that's ongoing and has a story and isn't just kind of an analysis of what's happening in current events or kind of a regurgitation of other things that are happening online.
Do you see more web series like what you guys do popping up in the near future?
Yeah, that's been like the last 2 years, I'd say. There's been tons of web series coming out. The Guild's been the big breakout one that I think everybody knows about. I guess you could say Dr. Horrible, even though it was a limited run with a miniseries. I mean, that's the one, was nominated and I believe won an Emmy. I should probably check my facts on that. But, and then it's, you're seeing more and more of that too. There's ups and downs with that. I think we're starting to see some stuff too where it's a lot of people are starting to make web series in order just to be noticed by the Hollywood system, and that ends up kind of creating almost like a bush league in a way, which I'm really worried that web video could head that direction, where people are just doing stuff just to get noticed and just to get a deal somewhere else.
It'd be like starting a blog to get a book deal.
Exactly, that's a huge thing right now, right?
Yeah.
And everybody wants that blog to book deal, but eventually those will just stop. And if the blog system ends up just becoming like this publisher kind of farm system, for the big leagues, then I don't think that's what anybody wants. At least I don't want that.
No, seems like the wrong direction we should be going in. You have been able to make your living off of Rooster Teeth Productions for how long now?
We'll start our 8th year in April, so it'll be our 7th anniversary.
Okay. And how do you generate revenue with that?
Primarily from selling DVDs. We just started putting up ads, I'd say, about a year ago. We didn't even have any ads on the website or anything like that, so it was just DVD sales and t-shirt sales. In fact, one of the panels that I was on at South by Southwest was a merchandise panel, how to support content-based company with merchandise.
Cool. I saw a panel where these guys premiered a new player called Dynamo. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. It was also on the front page of Wired.com. It's a streaming micropayment system. It's like YouTube that you pay for each individual video. Do you see people paying for online video?
Do I see people? Do I see everybody doing it? No. I think that everyone has a different idea for how they want to consume stuff online. And I think the best solution is to have as many different avenues as you can for people to support things in the way they want to support them. We'll get people who will come to our booth like at a Comic-Con, and they'll say, I watch the series all the time, but I haven't watched it the last couple of years. Sorry I haven't been around. Meanwhile, they're buying 5 DVDs, and it's like that's how they want to do it. So it's like that's not a problem. It's just a different way to do it. And then we have people who are there every week, and they want to become a sponsor on the website and be a bigger part of the community. That's how they want to do it. And then there's other people who just might want to buy a T-shirt, or they don't mind clicking on an ad or something like that. So.
I mentioned earlier, or Red versus Blue is extremely popular, and Rooster Teeth Production has struck out in other forms of online video, online skits, things like that. Is anything else coming down the pipeline you might want to mention to us today?
Yeah, well, the shorts that we were doing, the live action comedy shorts, those are in a way to get used to this equipment we've been purchasing the last few years, and we've been building up. We have a red camera and a lot of the cool toys that go along with that, and so we kind of wanted to build up our live action chops again because we've been doing animation for so long that this year at the end of the summer we're planning on shooting a feature. I usually say our first feature, but everyone in here has already made features before, just not together as a group. So this will be the first time the Red versus Blue guys have gotten together to make a movie.
Can you tell us anything about your upcoming feature film?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Very secretive, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of secrecy, and then a little bit of we're still trying to figure out exactly what direction we want to head with, everything. So it's just we're working on it, but it's also, we know it's not going to be out for probably a year, and so if we start talking about it now, we don't want to make it old by the time it's here.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining me here today.
My
very
pleasure.
much look forward to that feature film.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.